So, hello students, welcome to this first orientation session for this year's DAMP, Daily Answer Writing and Mentorship Program for our Philosophy Optional. Now, the basic purpose for this session, this lecture is to kind of orient you for this program as to what DAMP is and how you can maximum utilize it for your own revision and answer writing practice both. So I would be briefly kind of explaining you the features. Most of you would be already knowing, okay, and I will also kind of give some tips to you as in how you can make utilization, better utilization of this particular program. So number one, the most important thing is we will be having around in total 120 questions. So by the end of the program, you would have written yourself 120 questions. That is 2 questions per day. Now, when you are writing 2 questions per day, that means out of those 2, one would be obviously will be evaluating within 24 hours along with the answer, I mean video answer, video recording, lecture for that matter. And the other question will not be evaluating, that is for your practice, but yes, for that also we will be having the answer, as in we will be having the recorded part. In fact, the same video would be having discussions for the 2 questions. Now, this will go around for 120 days, obviously. Sorry, 60 days, obviously, because 2 questions per day. Per week, we will be having questions only for 5 days, that is Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday is for revision, because mostly every week we will be covering 2 to 3 topics, 2 to 3 thinkers. Like for example, first week we will be covering 3 thinkers, okay, Charvak, Buddhism, Jainism, because there are many. If you have to finish it within 3 months, we have to do one or 2 maximum questions for maximum days for a thinker. That means 4 questions in case of 2 and 2 questions in case of 1 day. Like that we have planned. See, the plan is in such a way that along with this you can continue your revision, and as I mentioned, for that only we have for Saturday, Sunday, you can actually revise those things a week prior or prior to the starting of the week, and then as and when that topic will be obviously topic will be known to you, the schedule is already there in fact on the website, and it will be given to you also, so you can plan your this thing. Obviously, if you have further questions, there would be weekly Zoom call, and if not, if you have very small questions directly want to talk to me also, I am available, because in philosophy, concept clarity and doubt clearing is very important. Okay, so 2 questions per day, 1 evaluation within 24 hours, video discussion, basically lecture you can say, for your clarification, Zoom sessions for any doubt if you have. Okay, now from your point of view, as I mentioned briefly already, that you have to keep your preparation along. See, most of the or many of the students ask me, should I be well prepared before even starting DAMP? No, not required. Obviously, it is required that you could have gone through one foundation or at least 1 reading or 2 readings of your own, like that. It should not be like, you don't know the concepts itself, because you will be directly getting into the answers. But this particular thinking goes into the minds of many students that I will read and then I'll write. Then only, in fact, I'll write. Or I want to practice, I want to, have a command of the topic, and then only I'll write. But actually it is a vice versa. You have command on the topic only when you write. Okay, so once your basic layer is done, once your basic understanding of Indian, Western, socio-political, religion, all is done, then every time it is you write first then study. You know, that is also called a needs based approach. Means when you write, there is a sense of need. If it goes wrong, you are not able to solve, so there is a sense of need to read it. Then when you read it, you are able more in the position to remember. Next time when you write, it will be already kind of part of you, so you will be able to write better answer. So the basic model is this. This is not like test series that we generally have. This is daily answer writing. It's like a daily practice. It's like a net practice, okay, in the language of cricket. Test series and basically test series that we have generally after June, that is basically kind of a smaller tournaments, okay, again in the language of cricket. But this is a net practice. This is a daily answer writing. 1-2 questions per day, that's all. Okay, at least that particular topic of that particular thinker. Okay, at least the Kshanikvad of Buddhism, at least the Yogacara school of Buddhism, at least the Saptabhanginaya, Syadvad, at least the theory of causes of Aristotle, at least the religious language, religion without morality, that aspect at least is covered, if not the whole thing, and covered in such a way that because you have written the answer, if something wrong, if your answer goes wrong, go back, read it again, you can write it again for your, it's kind of in the form of rewriting the answer, better answer rather. You wrote it, you could not write it properly according to your own expectations, you went back, read it again, came back and wrote it again. So this is like a, and by the way, this is again, this is not a replacement of your revision proper. Let your revision proper continue along with this, okay, because this is the time around till maximum of January end, you can do optional, because later after that you have to shift to the prelims. So that is the reason this is very, very crucial. Okay, so you need to, I hope you will also plan accordingly, and I am pretty sure, because this has been third batch now, people have been already getting benefited out of this. The benefits of this are very gradual, because as I said, it continues for 3 months. So one by one, you keep on building on it. By the end of it, you will be like pretty comfortable, because you would have written 120 questions. Yes, there will be some sectional test, I mean comprehensive test also at the end. Whole syllabus is done, then there will be test. So it's like a proper kind of exit for you. Now you can freeze this philosophy and directly jump to the prelims. That's how it has been planned. Okay, so that's what basically I wanted to communicate to you. Now those especially most of you who have taken admission and all, so there are basic questions that they're asking. So what I thought, okay, let's also brief as to what is expected out of your answer. Okay, so whenever the question is coming, there are some basic I would not say rules, but they are more like guiding principles. Okay, as you would already be knowing, introduction, main body and conclusion. But in main body, okay, in main body, the most important thing is your segregation of answer points according to the demand of the question. So whatever is question asking, all the different parts of the question should be tackled in the form of subheadings. Every subheadings would be substantiated by 3 to 5 points. So basic, again, as I said, it's a guiding principle. It is a helping tool. It's not some dictum that you need to follow. UPSC has not declared these things, but what we have observed is these things help. Okay, so like for example, if it's a 10 marker, so at least 2 subheadings, 2 separate parts of the question, then criticism. If the question is about only about one thinker, then followed by criticism, 3 to 5 points. Depends, because some subheading may have more points, some subheading may have lesser point. That's okay. If it is a 15 marker, yes, there will be around, question would be of that kind that there will be 3 subheadings that you have to make. Okay, now again, you have to make means it's a guiding principle. If you think I am pretty sure about only two subheadings required here. No problem, go ahead if you have more points in each subheading. But it always helps to segregate your answer, because then evaluator also gets the impression that you have touched upon many aspects. Okay, for 20 marker, it is generally expected that you need to have 3 to 4 subheadings, mostly 4 subheadings, but sometimes the question is not exactly for 20 marks like that, because nowadays UPSC also have started, at least in paper 1, have started giving 1 page less in 20 marker. Like for example, for 20 marker also they are giving 3 pages. Okay, earlier 2 years back till 2021 they used to give 4 pages. So that should not be your botheration anyway. It's not about pages, it's about the parts, subheadings and the points. So answer means this, not page, not the space, nothing else. Answer means how many subheadings, that means how many different multi points that you have covered. Second, how many arguments inside each subheading, as I said 3 to 5. And obviously then the marks would be given on the basis of the relevance and fluidity and preciseness of your that argument. Rest all you keep on writing, because there have been cases, you know, you write all 500 marks question, like both the paper you go and write, but still you don't get good marks. There have been people who could not write 1 or 2 questions, but still their score is more than 250 to 60. So that it depends on what you are exactly writing, and obviously that depends on your revision, that depends on your thinking, that depends on your conceptual clarity, especially with respect to philosophy. So the most important thing, especially because you know, once you start getting question tomorrow, I think tomorrow we are starting, tomorrow whatever 16th we are starting. Okay, so the question once you get, you will have 24 hours to submit. In that 24 hours, you can read the question, then go back, revise the topic and write. That's okay. See, ultimately it's not, these marks are never going to be submitted in a confidential envelope to the UPSC. Obviously, you know. So it's all about practicing more and more. So whichever way you want to do it, go ahead and do it. Okay, the point is, the marks from my side would be given on the basis of these things. How many aspects you have covered, and how many points within each aspect that you have covered. Because just writing answer, keep on writing, doesn't make sense. That's the basically problem. That's the basically main hurdle in answer writing. And certainly I will be discussing those aspects in the discussion lectures for each and every question would be discussed, and the video will be uploaded. Okay. So that's all from my side. That's very brief kind of orientation for you, and all the very best for your first question and subsequent questions. And I hope that this program and myself would be of some assistance to your revision and to your proper coverage and preparation of philosophy optional by at least by the end of the January. So thank you very much, and hope to see you in the hope to see your answers rather, I would say. Okay, thank you.